Hey guys, welcome back. GunsmithBeard with another gun video this week. And as always, thank you guys for coming back. I really appreciate it. Hope you guys will like the gun of the week today. If you're new to the channel, and I know that we do have some few new faces that have come along, I wanted to take the time to welcome you guys, and I hope you like the content on this channel and hope you stay. Also, channel supporters, don't want to forget them. That would be Brownells, SwampFox Optics, and Shooter Innovations. Big thank you, appreciate it. So let's take a quick look at the gun of the week, and we'll come back and we'll talk about it. All right, catch you in a little bit. All right, guys, so as you may have guessed, it is a will gun. It's a revolver, and yes, I do like revolvers. I wish I had more than I did. I think I've worked on more than I've actually owned over the years, and so as I get older, I enjoy shooting will guns more, and I don't know if that's just one of those things. Maybe it's pre-FUD error, I don't know. You guys can pick on me in the comments about that, but anyway, I do like will guns, and this will gun is a cool one that I got because when I was in gunsmithing school, I had to get a bunch of guns. I had to work on a lot of guns, so I got proficient in being a gunsmith or even a pistol smith. Am I the best pistol smith in the world? Absolutely not. But I did work under a really cool guy. His name is Mark Dye. He was the director of our program. Plus, he happened to work for Clark Customs. And if you know who Clark Custom is, you know what family that is for one, and then who is there and how great of a shooter they are. And I'll tell you at the end of the video who's there if you don't know, and why they're so prominent and so prestigious. But anyway, don't Google search that. Wait to the end of the video and I'll tell you. Anyway, this is my Model 10 K-frame. It's a snub nose, short little nose. These were very predominant with detectives back in the day, you know, way back in the 40s and 30s. Also, when I was in law enforcement, the guys that had predominantly worked in the 60s and 70s, almost all those guys carried revolvers, and this would have been a great one to have. It was a police gun. This actually saw action. I wish I knew, you know, I wish this thing could talk and tell me like all the stories, how many people it shot, where it was, you know, like the whole story, the whole, you know, nitty gritty. But it won't, and I did find out it is old. It's a non-dash, meaning when you open the cylinder latch, it doesn't have Model 10-1 or Model 10-2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or etc. So I don't know, you know, I don't know, besides the fact that it's really old. It was an issued firearm to, I believe, Detroit, if I remember correctly. I can't remember where it was, but I was like, I want that. It was in rough condition, so it was not as beautiful as it is now because it was a trade-in. It was in service for I think 40 or 50 years, so it saw a lot of action. Again, why I'd love to know the story of this pistol, which I don't, besides what I just told you. So the metal was in rough shape. It was originally blued. I had to re-blue it, and so I put it in a blast cabinet. I used media and I blasted it down to raw metal. I even refinished some of it, the side plates, because it had some pitting that I had to get rid of. So you carefully had to redo the metal and refinish it. I hot blued it, so the finish that's on here is hot blued. It's not cold blue or touch-up blue or even rust blue. It is hot blue, which means you put it in a salt tank, you dunk it, and at a certain temperature, and then you get a nice blued finish. So that is the finish that's on here. I did refinish this start to finish, so I retimed it. I refinished all the metal. I did an action job and trigger job on this, so it's very clean and crisp. The trigger and the hammer have been color case hardened. I got real big into that, loved it. If you guys have color case hardened, I'll go ahead and tell you my ratio, my secret sauce, so to speak, for color case hardening is 2 bone 1 wood ratio. And also putting it in a ice cold bath when you go from kill and to crucible, and then you take the crucible and run to the ice tank and dunk it, and do that as fast as possible. You'll get really pretty colors. And so let me see if I can show you. You might not, this might not come up on camera, but I'm going to try. Is you got a lot of coloring. It's really, really pretty. So this gun was a project gun. While I was in gunsmithing school, I knew I was going to give it to my dad because my dad, like me, loves guns and loves revolvers. As you can see, it has really pretty rosewood grips that have been stippled and checkered. Really, really pretty. And how does it shoot? I know a lot of guys are gonna be like, well, that's all great. It looks pretty, but it doesn't shoot. And it really does. It's super smooth. The action job, when you go in and you polish the parts that make contact, you go in and you adjust the rebound spring and kind of tune it down. There is a sweet spot for that. And then you polishes all the surfaces, make sure it's really crisp and clean and smooth. That just makes the whole experience of shooting this little revolver. I mean, it's a 38 special. I mean, if you have revolvers, you know they're really cool to shoot. They're really fun to shoot. And if you do a really good trigger job on them, they're really, really fun to shoot. So, and one of those things, if you're a revolver guy, you know, the little line on my cylinders, because you shoot it, there's nothing you can do to really stop that. Once you shoot a revolver, it's going to drag and you're going to have that little line on it. So it is what it is. But this is a very, very cool revolver. I love it. I wanted to share it with you guys. My dad absolutely loves this little piece. And it's a cool, well, it's Wednesday, so it's Well Gun Wednesday, today at least, anyway, for my channel. And so I hope you guys like this. I do have a few other revolvers that I could bring on and show you if you guys like that. We'll see how engaged you are with this video and if I should do more. So let me know by liking this video or in the comment section saying, oh, please no Will Guns, or yeah, I'd like to see some more Will Guns. So let me know. Feedback is key, so I know that you guys like what I'm doing, or if you don't like it, let me know. So thank you for your time. As always, I will catch you in the next video. Oh, you thought I forgot, didn't you? Anyway, as promised, so Jerry Michalek is the family that I was referring to, and his wife owns Clark Customs, which is a 3 or 4 generation gunsmith custom shop that does pretty much everything under the sun when it comes to fabricating and making race guns or professional guns that you would shoot and compete with, or just guns that are 1,000 times better when they touch it. So when I went through gunsmithing school, my pistol smith and the director of our department, he went and worked for Clark Customs. He's a phenomenal pistol smith, and I got to study under him. I learned I wish I learned more, but I learned a lot from him. And so the techniques that I used were derivated from Clark Customs and even Jerry Michalek and his family. So if you don't know who Jerry Michalek is, do a really quick Google search. He is one of the fastest shooters when it comes to Will Guns or revolvers that I know. He is a phenomenal shot. His daughter's a phenomenal shot, and believe it or not, a lot of people don't know this, his wife, Miss Clark, is also a phenomenal shot when it comes to pretty much anything, but I think her specialty was rifles. When Jerry met his wife way back in the day, she was competing with rifles. So the family are shooters to the bone, but they're also gunsmiths. And so as a gunsmith, meeting a legend in the flesh and meeting his family was an honor, and I've met them a couple times now, but it's just one of those things I would share with you guys. The techniques and tricks that I learned to do my action and trigger job came from them. And so big thank you for them, and also to Mark Dye, which was a phenomenal teacher, and give him all the praises in the world. But again, thank you guys for your time. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will catch you in the next one. Work hard, God first.